They are the ultimate digging machines. They spend their entire lives hidden in pitch-black darkness. They take down prey in the blink of an eye, surviving in suffocating, deadly environments with incredibly sensitive claws and snouts. These small creatures are marvels of adaptation, seemingly born to thrive in the perilous world beneath our feet. We're talking about moles, the expert survivors of the underground. Many people mistakenly believe that moles are rodents. This is an understandable misconception, especially since their name starts with mole, suggesting a rodent connection. However, genealogical records clearly show that the Talpidae family, which includes moles, diverged from the rodent lineage over 90 million years ago, back in the late Cretaceous period. Their closest living relatives actually include hedgehogs and shrews. A key difference is that rodents have a pair of continuously growing incisors in both their upper and lower jaws, which are specifically adapted for gnawing. Moles, on the other hand, are characterized by highly sensitive tactile organs called Eimer's organs embedded in the skin of their snouts. These organs help them navigate and find food in a network of tunnels so dark it's like the depths of despair. The most striking example is the star-nosed mole. The star consists of 22 finger-like appendages, each about the size of a small pea, radiating from the tip of its snout. These appendages boast over 25,000 sensory receptors, compared to the roughly 17,000 found in the human hand, essentially making it a sophisticated biological sensor. The star-nosed mole can identify anything it touches more than 7 times faster than you can blink. This amazing biological sonar is so effective that it earned the star-nosed mole a place in the Guinness World Records as the fastest eating mammal. Their processing time, defined as the time from identifying a prey item to grasping and consuming it before moving on to the next target, averages around 230 milliseconds. The record stands at a mind-blowing 120 milliseconds. To put that in perspective, it takes humans an average of 650 milliseconds to over a second to react to a red light. Speaking of misconceptions, moles are also not blind. Although their eyesight is quite poor by human standards, they are colorblind and nearsighted. However, they're exceptionally good at detecting light, which helps them identify predators invading their tunnels. Moles can move at a speed of about 2.5 miles per hour, which is roughly the pace of a walking person. While that might seem slow, it's a distance equivalent to 30,000 times their body length. That would be like a 5'7" person moving at approximately 32 miles per hour. For comparison, Usain Bolt at his peak only reached speeds of about 27.8 miles per hour. Moles are the epitome of small but mighty. These little subterranean creatures possess a range of evolutionary adaptations that could be considered superpowers. For instance, while moles in general are remarkably good at surviving in the oxygen poor and CO2 of their tunnels, the strategy employed by the eastern mole in North America is particularly impressive. Some species that live in oxygen-deficient areas, like high in the mountains, have hemoglobin with a high oxygen affinity, meaning their hemoglobin is extremely efficient at binding to and extracting oxygen from the environment. Eastern moles, on the other hand, have hemoglobin that doesn't bind to oxygen as readily. This might seem counterintuitive, but it actually increases the mole's carbon dioxide carrying capacity, preventing CO2 poisoning in their poorly ventilated tunnel systems. Also, because the hemoglobin of eastern moles and oxygen aren't particularly fond of each other, oxygen is released more easily to their muscles and tissues. Furthermore, eastern moles can reuse the air they exhale, much like breathing into and out of a bag, which allows them to maximize their oxygen intake. If you're not an expert, you almost certainly can't tell a male mole from a female mole. Some people might think, oh, just look for the obvious anatomical differences. The tricky thing is that the females of many mole species have genitals that resemble those of the males. In some species, such as the Japanese shrew mole, the actual reproductive organs are located deep inside the body. Moles live on every continent except South America and Antarctica, though they are closely linked with the underground. You can find moles in grasslands, sand dunes, forests, and even wetlands. Moles have short, thick, velvety fur, soft skin, and the fur grows in all directions instead of lying flat in one direction. This is believed to help them easily move backward in narrow tunnels without getting stuck because their fur is going against the tunnel walls. Moles are born to dig and live in tunnels. They have large, broad forefeet with big, strong claws that act like shovels. Their smaller hind feet act as levers, propelling their body forward. Combined with their cylindrical body shape, this allows them to glide through the soil as if it were water. Unlike most other animals, a mole's forefeet rotate outward, allowing them to powerfully sweep soil away from their body. An eastern mole, which is about 6 inches long, can dig up to 130 feet of tunnels in a single night, creating substantial molehills on the surface. On a relative scale, it's equivalent to a human digging a tunnel over 1/3 of a mile long. Wow. These tunnels aren't just random holes in the ground. Inside these underground mansions, the mole architects designed specialized rooms for specific purposes, including bedrooms, birthing chambers, and even storage pantries. You heard right? Storage pantries. Moles are experts at eating earthworms. They consume so many worms that they can get tired of eating them. Thus, they've developed a unique food preservation method that's worth noting. They grab an earthworm with their forepaws and squeeze it from end to end to get rid of any dirt and grime on the outside, as well as any soil inside, much like squeezing a tube of toothpaste. More significantly, when food becomes too abundant, moles will save the worms for later. They first bite the worm on the head. The saliva of some mole species contains a toxin. While it doesn't kill the worm, it's enough to paralyze it, keeping it still and fresh in storage. One mole pantry was discovered to contain a whopping, guess how many? 470 worms. More than one person could eat, let alone one mole. If you think that's a lot, you're wrong. A mole that weighs only about 3.5 ounces can devour nearly 50 pounds of food each year. In other words, a mole can eat almost its entire body weight every day. Most moles live for no more than 3 years in the wild. The longest lived of the mole family is the eastern mole, which can live for up to 6 years. Many moles are real estate moguls. One male eastern mole in North America was recorded as owning a tunnel system covering over 86,000 square feet of land. Wait, don't exaggerate. All of our houses combined probably aren't that big. Moles aren't just digging engineers, they're also ecosystem engineers. Their digging lifestyle loosens the soil, allowing better circulation of oxygen, water, and nutrients, which helps plants grow. Thriving plants nourish insect populations, which then sustain the food web. While they eat earthworms, which can be beneficial, moles also directly hunt and eat a variety of insects, larvae, and other pests, including slugs. So, overall, they're beneficial. Amazing. Good job, moles. Nevertheless, the threat from natural predators such as hawks, owls, foxes, coyotes, prairie dogs, and even domestic cats, combined with habitat loss due to human activities, is pushing some species into dangerous territory. The small-toothed mole of Vietnam and China was classified as critically endangered in 1996, but is now considered data deficient, meaning scientists no longer have enough information to know the exact status of this species. On a brighter note, there's recently been some exciting news. In late October 2025, Vietnamese researchers from the Institute of Ecology and Biological Resources, the Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology, Vietnam National University, Hanoi, Hongduc University and the Puluang Nature Reserve discovered a completely new species of mole in a forest located at an elevation of 2,950 to 3,600 feet southwest of the Puluang Range, which is located in the Ba Thuoc and Van Ho districts of Thanh Hoa Province. This new species was named Euroscaptor darwini, or Darwin's mole, in honor of naturalist Charles Darwin. Morphological, anatomical, and DNA analysis confirmed that this is a completely distinct species, unrelated to any previously described mole species. A particularly striking feature of this new species is its extremely short tail, which barely protrudes from the skin by about 2 mm and is covered in stiff, sparse, short hairs. The tail consists of only 6 to 7 vertebrae, much fewer than other species in the same genus, indicating a high degree of evolutionary adaptation to an underground lifestyle, where the tail has almost no sensory function. Scientists are currently conducting further surveys to determine the range and ecological behavior of Darwin's mole in order to establish a basis for proposing a conservation status. These are just a few of the mind-blowing facts about moles. Hopefully, that was interesting. As always, feel free to add any other mind-blowing mole facts that this video missed in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to keep up with BrainPop Universe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.